Hello guys and welcome to a special edition of Rage Against the Dice. Today, it's issue 2 of our Conquest, but it's also me receiving my subscription, so I'm going to show you what you get in your first issue, or your first pack. I have taken the package off already, which is unusual for me with an unboxing, but it's just because it had my address and things like that on it. I don't want you crazies coming to my house and standing outside asking me to give you pots of paint and stuff. So yeah, before anyone freaks out, yes, I've got another issue of Conquest. Issue 1, but it came in the post with my subscription, so leave me alone. Give me a dislike for it if you want. So what we're going to do first is look at the 2 free gifts. So you get plastic glue. Now this is just the basic plastic glue that Games Workshop sell. Anybody who's ever bought this glue obviously is already aware of it. It's not a bad plastic glue. It's not my plastic glue of choice. I like the Revel with the needle. I think it's much better. But it's not a bad quality plastic glue, and certainly as a free gift you can't argue. And then they've sent a set of clippers. Now, these aren't the clippers that you buy in the shop, but they're actually really good quality. They've got a good spring to them. They feel nice in your hands. For me, I've got tiny little hands, like a carny, so these grip really, really nicely. So again, not a bad little free gift. Now, we're not going to look at issue 1, because we've already seen issue 1. And once again, if you can just see it down there, my brush doesn't come with a brush topper to protect it. It's abuse, it really is. But that's issue 1, we've already looked at that. What we want to do is have a look at issue 2. So, it already come pre-ripped, because reasons. Now, we'll see, obviously, this has been delayed 1 week in the shops. And there's 2 reasons of thought for that. Reason 1, a lot of people think maybe it's just because issue 1 sold really well, so they could get more copies printed and sent out. The other theory is that they had production problems. Both of those are good theories. I'm not going to go into my thoughts on it. But yeah, it is what it is. So, here it is. This is what you get with this issue. Obviously, we're going to look at the issue itself, as we always do. Look at this. Tape. One of my many, many weaknesses. Tape, cellophane, any kind of wrapping. So you get 6d6. Now, they don't actually feel particularly good quality d6. I don't know if these were supplied by Games Workshop. They're very, very light. They feel very meh. But it gets you started in the game, so I guess it's not the end of the world. And I rolled, some dice. So we'll pop those to one side. They'll get given to my boys. And they've got a number of things they do with dice. So then you get a paint. Another base paint is Death Guard green, obviously, because you get Death Guard models with it. Only 1 pot of paint this time. This magazine's $4.99 if you buy it in the shops. So again, not a terrible price. And you get these guys, which I believe are £10 if you buy them from the site. These are easy fit as well. And they're also the ones that come in first strike, if you were going to buy that £25 set. So you've got one guy here, one there, one there. That's the sprue itself. Let's have a look at the back. Now, these are really nice models, actually, for clip fit. I think they've got much more character to them than the Space Marine ones. Obviously, you got your bases. I'm going to throw this to one side now. Psh, it's dead to us. We are going to look at the magazine itself, but first we're going to look at the playmat you get. And it's double-sided. So you've got that here. It's got the rulers on the side. I don't know if you're meant to cut them out or it's just for ease purposes. I'm not quite sure. But it has a second side as well. So that's really, really cool. I'm going to actually measure these up against my Kill Team boards and see how they match. So yeah, one side you've got 3 bits of terrain. Oh, actually, no, you've got much more bits of terrain. What I would do if I was playing this with my boys, and I will be playing with it with my boys at some point, as in my children, not as in, like, my boys, like my friends. I'll actually get those bits of scenery out from my kit, and I'll put them on the mat. Just so it's more visually appealing to them. But it's a really nice, cool thing. So you've got this side if you just want to do very basic. And then you've got the other side if you wanted, and obviously you would use those to block line of sight and things like that. And you would just assume the height. Not that we are the kind of people on this channel who assume things. But yeah. Decent, actually, quality card stock. For a free gift, definitely worth it. Can't go wrong with that price. So let's have a look at the magazine itself, just like we did last time. So, Battle Games in the 41st Millennium, and this covers the March of the Death Guard, Painting the Plague Marines, and Fight Your First Battle. So that's really what we want to have a look at. Once again, in the issue, it tells you down the side what everything is. And we're not going to read it through because you guys are going to get your own, but we are going to peep it. So you got here again, just like the last time. Legion's name, Death Guard, Homeworld, Demon Primarch, First Captain, Specializations, or Specialisms as they call it, Patron God, and then the motto. And the motto, of course, is, "None for death is silent," which is nice. Little cool quote there. "All we rot, we shall decay." And then it's got a little bit about Death Guard and Nurgle down at the bottom. Then it covers Mortarion. Shows you some cool little examples of plague weapons. It tells you about the plague planet itself. Plague fleet. Then it covers plague marines. One thing I will say, and I didn't cover it last time, is I really like the layout of this magazine. I think it's really, really cool. It's got your little bit up in the corner, which tells you which section if you want to link it to your reference sheet at the front. It's got, obviously, like little... It has your main block text, which is separate colour, so it's easy to read. Like, you've got your grey and black backgrounds, and then your text all in the red, and then it has these little boxes down, which give you little bits of facts and extra stories and things. I really, really like it. I will apologise, I'm not particularly well at the moment, but I wanted to get this video up as quick as possible. So, Armour of the Plague Marines. Backpack, helmet, shoulder guards, bolt gun, plague flies, damage indicator, and icons. And it gives you all in a nice bit of detail. And again, very bright, easily numbered. You can tell this is designed for kids. Or hobbyists who need like 20 intercessors. Yeah, so I'm not igniting that fight again. You guys all know from my last video where I stand on it. So it shows you how to build the Plague Marines. Gives you little pictures step by step. Now, as I was saying, they're the clippers that you get if you go into Games Workshop and buy them, and they're really, really good. These, however, also feel pretty good. So if you haven't already subscribed, you might want to think of doing it for that. Again, more proof that it's aimed at kids. It's got a really, really good clipper safety thing. Shows you how to build them up, and obviously it's got that Games Workshop way where it shows you the grey parts and then the blue bits, so you can identify the different parts. I'm a big fan of that, and obviously each Plague Marine is named again, just like they were with the Intercessors, and then it shows you how to paint, shows you how to base coat. I don't know if it covers any different techniques, because the last one covered base coating as well. Shows you how to do the black, which obviously you got in the previous issue, as well as the Retributor armor, which I believe you get in issue 3. No, Retributor armor you got in issue 1, didn't you? It's whatever it's called, the equivalent of bolt gun metal. Now you get a silver in issue 3. It'll come to me at some point, and I'll just blurt it out. And then it shows you what they look like base coated. I'm kind of hoping they start to teach you washes and stuff like that. So this is the bit we really, really wanted to look at, which is mission 1, your tutorial. So your first battle. And then it gives you a little blurb about what it is. Then it says what you'll need. So it says, spread out your playmat on a flat surface after cutting off the 2 range rulers and objective markers. So you do need to cut those off. If you're a child, get a parent to help. If you're like Alan, get a parent to help, or a hobby friend. Other than that, you're probably capable of doing it yourself. If you're building models, you're probably okay to use a craft knife to cut the rulers off. But that's cool. Bit of a space saver. Then it says, place your dice and range rulers next to your mat for use when you need them. Choose who will be the Space Marines and who will be the Death Guard. If you can't decide, then roll a dice. Place your models on the deployment points. And it shows you above where they are. And obviously it gives you a little diagram there. And then it talks you through the basics. Move, shoot, move, shoot. Let me just get that in shot. Little boxes with just some extra text and stuff that are really helpful. It shows you the different scenery and stuff. It teaches you how to actually move. Each model has a movement characteristic, etc., etc., etc. It seems all very straightforward, very Games Workshop-y, which is, you know, matter of fact, to the point. Bullet pointed, little diagrams, lots of things to help first-time players play the game. So obviously this will be brilliant for young people, but it's also good for people who've never played a war game before, who've never played specifically Games Workshop. Teach you how to do wounds. It gives you the stats for the 2 different Marines there, which I was actually about to mention. Like, how would you know? It's obviously got them within the book. I didn't know if that came in a separate magazine. Clearly not. So it tells you here, space needs to move 6 inches. They carry bolt rifles that have a ballistic skill of 3 up. Means that if you score 3, 4, 5, or 6, you hit. So it's all very, very good. If a Plague Marine suffers a wound, it's removed. Plague Marines are disgustingly resilient, giving them a bonus saving roll. If you fail your saving throw, roll another dice. On a 5+, you do not lose the wound. So it does cover those sort of more advanced rules in the actual magazine, which is good. Then it gives you extra rules. So once you've played through your first battle tutorial mission a few times and you're comfortable with movement and shooting, then read this page and it teaches you how to use objectives in your game. And then so on the back, it's got some more extra rules. So it's got the Blight Launcher, it's got Plasma Gun, and it's got Rapid Fire. So it explains each of those for you. Then obviously, once again, it's got to plug the merch. So it's got another advert. And then it says issue here. Lead Belcher. I didn't need to remember it. But yes. So issue 3, which is one I'm looking forward to. You get the 3 Reavers. You get a Lead Belcher paint. And you get an exciting new way to play it. And then in issue 4, you get Bugman's Glow, which is a flesh paint. Let me just move back the old tripod here. You get 6 Poxwalkers. And you get larger game to play. So this is really interesting. Obviously, this magazine itself is going to teach you how to play the game. Cool stuff. Next issue is going to teach you some extra ways to play it. And then obviously issue 4 is basically going to be First Strike, I would assume, which teaches you, Marines versus Death Guard with the Poxwalkers. And the Marines against your Reavers and your Intercessors. Which is, as I said, is exactly what First Strike is. So no, I think that's really, really cool. Super excited to get these all built up and get my boys playing their first game. I may actually get it filmed. I don't know, because my youngest is very young. He's coming up to 4. And he has appeared sporadically in videos. Usually being adorable and waving. And I once got him to pick something for a competition. But for the most part, I don't want to eat... Well, he's a toddler, isn't he? He's coming up to... out of the toddler stage, but he's still a toddler, so he's still at that, I've got a 10-minute attention span, so I don't know, I might film it with them, I might not, I'll play a couple of games and see how they do, I guess. But no, guys, so that's issue 2, I'm super psyched, that's what you get for the subscription. This is going to go up Saturday, which will be the 6th or 7th, it'll go up anyway. Over the weekend, so you'll be able to see it before you guys can get your magazines who didn't subscribe. Anyone who doesn't subscribe, I believe the magazine's coming out on Wednesday the 12th, which is obviously a week later than it should have. And as I said it earlier in the video, the reasons for that are whatever the reasons for that are. But no, so I'm super excited. I've now got another copy of issue 1. Yeah, I can start wallpapering the house with him or something at this point. But no, super cool. Thank you very much for watching, guys. If it's the first time you've watched one of our videos, go back and check some of our others. Maybe consider giving us a like and a subscribe. It feeds all of our egos. As you can see, our Rage Against the Dice family is growing a little bit. Hit the bell for notifications because, my goodness, nobody will tell you we exist. Hi, guys. Very, very quick sort of interlude kind of update on the video. When I was taking out issue 1, I found the mold line remover had actually got stuck in the back of there. Remember how I said the plastic was ripped on the other one, but was ripped on this one too, issue 1? And it had gone in. Now, as you can see, it's not the mold line remover that you buy from the shop, which is the one they pictured on the magazine, by the way, so I'm now quite worried about the paint handle. But no, so I'm going to give it a try, and I will let you guys know in the next time I do how to build plastic video. I'll show you how this is. But it was just a quick update for anybody who bought the subscription version in there thinking, well, mine's in there. Mine is too. It just slid behind the plastic of issue 1. That's all, guys. Thank you very much. And again, pray the dice cards always smile upon you. Toodles.